Hello and welcome to Nerdy Gaming with Rabbit Beaver. And today we're going to be doing PlayStation 3 finds on a budget. Now I'm going to give you a fair warning. I only paid for one of these games that I'm about to show you. The rest of them were given to me as Christmas gifts. So I can't tell you exactly what they paid for, but we got some free value here and we're definitely going to show it to you. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Hi guys, I'm the Nerdy Gaming Rabbit Beaver here, and we're going to do PlayStation 3 on a budget today. So what did we get? What's the value of it? How much did it cost us? Like I told you, a lot of these games didn't cost us anything other than one that's on this list we did buy. But let's just check it out and see, shall we? So the first game on this list is going to be MLB The Show '08. And the case is in good condition, but this case art is not. It's all wrinkly and folded up and just got some issues. Of course, you got the QR code on the back that's going to have to come off. Does still have the MLB stamp on the bottom. That's starting to get rare. You're starting to see all these stamps and stuff go away. And inside the case, of course, we've got the manual itself. We've got the game. And then we've got, I believe, in the very back of the prologue of the manual, you should have your warranty registration right here. So you should have your notes and warranty registration, which is pretty cool, man. That's a really cool thing to see. Some of that stuff has been taken off. Then the game is in immaculate condition. It was barely played. It just looks like it was played for a season and then traded in and then just sat on the shelf somewhere forever because it was old. So let's just check it out and see what we got going for it, shall we? Let's head over to the live scene. All right, so here we got it. We've got it through eStarland.com. It's saying use complete in box is $1.75. So that's $1.75 in the bucket for me, baby. I like that. That's a good day today. So our next game that's on the list, let me run back over here, is going to be one of my favorites actually for the console. It actually brought me back into kind of the fighting techniques and stuff, and I'm still playing it today on the Xbox One. I downloaded it a couple weeks ago and started playing it and just having some fun with it here and there. But it's going to be none other than Sleeping Dogs. Now, there's several different editions in this. You have the Definitive Edition, which came with a bunch of stuff. You have the Game of the Year Edition. But the one that we got is just the regular plain old Jane Sleeping Dogs here. And this was an awesome game. And this was about the time that they started cutting back on the manual. So you'll see like a really thin manual on the inside. And most of these had some promo codes that you could get for them as well. But like I said, most of that stuff is cut out. The disc is in really good shape. The artwork on this case is amazing. I mean, it was just really flawless. The case is flawless. So we've got something good here. Let's see how much it's going to cost us on the other side. Let me flip over to the page here and we'll get right there. So here it is, $6.90 used complete in box is what we've got. Used with no manual, $6.15. And used no manual, no case, $4.28. So we still like made out like a bandit on that little game right there, guys. And I mean, I can't really complain. Like I said, most of these games were absolutely free, but a couple of them. So you gotta just take it as it comes whenever it hits to you. The next one on the list is going to be Rainbow Six Vegas. Now, this was a GameStop special, and it is definitely a GameStop special. They've got all the little tabs on it on the outside. So the case is in a little bit rougher condition than normal. It's got some sticky stuff all the way on the outside. But it's very fair to note that this is the first original run of this because the Tom Clancy is on the inside of PlayStation and PlayStation's on the outside. You'll see the secondary runs actually had Tom Clancy either across the top or on the opposite side here. Second and third runs were like that. So it's pretty neat to see that when you get a first edition of something coming through, that's a really good find here. And let's just scan on over to see what we've got here and see what we can do. I'm loving it. All right, so as they're showing here, this is the second edition that they're showing for it. Vegas is $6.26 complete in box. And that's what we've got. We've got the manual and the game. The game's in really good condition on the back side. It's a little dirty, a little smudgy, but I'll get that cleaned off. But it's in very good condition. Had a lot of hands on it. $6.26. They're not showing anything other than Vegas 2 and the Rainbow Six Vegas books for it. But there's 3 different prints on this case. 3 different prints. So just look for the first edition with Tom Clancy on the inside, not the outside, and you should be good. And then the next 2 is, like I said, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is shown just like it's shown there in the box on top of the PlayStation 3. So that's a good thing. That's a great find, guys, a really great find. Our next one that we're going to be running through is going to be one of the games that a lot of people had fun with and had some problems with as well at the same time. There's two different cases on this. There's an imported case and a regular case on this one as well. And it's going to be the Blob 2. And so this is the original case. This is our American case here, and it's in great condition. The artwork is in phenomenal shape. It hasn't been sitting in the sun. The book is in wonderful shape here. Now, this did have some codes that were given to it whenever you got this game. The codes were missing out of this, but other than that, it's wonderful. We have a little bit of scarring on the outside of the disc here, where the game has been handled a little bit. But if you look, the game is in immaculate condition. You can see everything coming off of it beautifully. So I have no doubt in my mind this will play good. It'll look good. It'll be good. Let's see what we paid for this thing, or what value we're going to get out of it, actually, because we didn't pay hardly anything for this thing. It was given. As you see, there's two different ones here. The imported one is the one that's on the bottom. This is the one on top is the one that we have. And it's $4.13 to $7.50, and it's out of stock. So we've got one that's closer to the $7 range. If it would have those codes, it would be worth the $7 and some change, $7.50 on it. So we're just missing the codes from the inside of it. So, you take some, you give some, you lend some, but you still got good value out of a game, dude. Just finding stuff at random in different stores and having people give you stuff. That's pretty cool, dude. I can't believe that we're living this life and doing this. So our next game on the list is actually probably one of the ones that catches the eye of a lot of collectors, and it's starting to become really hard to come by because of its collectability and what it did for the system at the time that it was out, and that's the Saboteur. This is the one that we did pay for. We paid about $24 for this, and it has beautiful artwork on it. It's in a great case. The case is in good shape. We have a receipt here for the game directly. We've got all the good stuff here. We got both codes, promotional codes, and the manual that's coming out of it, so you could see both of those. And then we've got the game itself that's on the inside. Let me see if I can pop this out without dropping it. And the game is in beautiful condition. It just looks like it was just traded in because somebody was just done with it. So we did pay a little bit of money for this. And like I said, it's starting to get to where it's harder to find. We paid roughly about $25 for this, which is almost full retail for this game, depending on shape and condition that it's in. And let's just head on over and we'll see here. Oh, crap. So the Saboteur is $25.17 complete in box. So we got it for just a little bit under that. $24.99 is what we paid for it. No tax added onto that. You can get up to $22 for a trade-in for it for the PlayStation 3. And that's exactly what we did. So that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, that's a pretty good find there. And I hate that we got it close to retail. And I know that you guys saw the $40, but we had some other things added on there. We had a bulk sports card thing there, and that's what you're not listening to. But that's what's going on with it. We paid about $25 for that game, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. My dad is into collecting baseball cards, so we ended up buying him a bunch of baseball cards at the Vintage Stock in Chattanooga, Tennessee, is where we got them at, and he loved it. He enjoys baseball cards and stuff for Christmas, so that's a pretty cool thing. Our next game is actually a triple collection game, and it's starting to get very pricey in value for all systems, not just the PlayStation 3, but it's starting to become one of the collector models that you can get, and it's starting to move up. And that's going to be the Metal Gear Solid HD collection that's going to be taking place here. Now, this came from Lukey Games. I can tell by the sticker that's on the back of it. But it was a gift for us. My brother actually got this for me for Christmas. Now, it doesn't have any of the promotional codes inside of it, but look how thick this freaking book is. It's 52 pages of Metal Gear Solid directly in with the cartoon that's directed through it. And we've got the game itself. Let's see if I can do this without breaking the game. Right there. Beautiful game. Beautiful artwork on it. It's probably never been touched, or if it was touched, it was just played through once and then sold, because there's not a thing wrong with this case. Nothing going on with any of this at all. So that's a great find that we've got to pick up here. Let's see what it's going to be going for. Now, there's two different collections in the North America collection. You've got the Steelbook HD collection, which that's not. And then you've just got it loose, which is what we've got. So let me show you what the difference is on both of them. So here it is. The one on top is the one we've got. Used complete in box is going to be $34.95. With no manual, it's $22.72. You can get up to $18 in value for trade with it. And then if you got the Steelbook HD collection, it's $89.95. So that's a limited edition that's out there, and you can get between $42 and $64 for it on trade, depending on if it's got everything in it or whatnot. And up to $38 to trade it directly in. Sorry, let me correct myself. The $42 to $64 is depending on what comes in the case. If you've got the Steelbook, if you got the cartoons, if you got everything with it, just depending on the shape of that and also what's inside of it is what you're going to get there. And then you can get up to $38 for trading on that. So that's starting to become a big collectible item here. And it's starting to be huge here in the North America collections to find that stuff. So it's harder and harder to find. We actually found a game yesterday for the Xbox 360, and I was debating on taking it home with me. But the only thing that kept me from it is I did not see the games inside the case, and I did not know if they had them behind the counter, and I didn't want to test it because, you know, they might have full price on it, but you only might get 2 of the 3 discs that come in it. So that's one of the big things that you got to do, and most places don't allow you to look and see what's coming in it anymore. You kind of blind buy stuff. But let's get on back to it. So our next game is going to be Call of Juarez, The Cartel. Now, this is probably one of the most collectible games and one of the most fun games to play for the PlayStation 3 in a multiplayer setting and also in the regular setting. It's actually one of the games that the Ubisoft kept online for the longest period of time, and it still has a big following even today from this. So coming into it, we've got the case art, and we've got the manual and the actual game itself. The game is in good condition. It's got a thin manual in it, so I know that this was one of the secondary runs of this game. There was 2 different ones for it, but this was the second run that came out. Not the greatest hits run, but close to it. It was right before the greatest hit release on this, so that's a pretty cool thing, pretty cool pickup, and a pretty cool find. Case is in immaculate condition. The artwork's in immaculate condition. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the codes inside of it, but it's got everything else. Let's head on over and we'll see what we've got for it. So it's $12.95 complete in box, which is what we've got minus the codes. You can get up to $6 in trade-in value for the game itself. So our next one was Tom Clancy's End War. And Tom Clancy, as I told you earlier, has several different versions of each game that he has released. And PlayStation did. Each game, depending on which artwork you have on it, depends on the value that you can get of it. And Need for Speed is kind of the same way. We'll get into that a little bit later. But on the inside of the strip, if you've got the Tom Clancy on the inside of the strip is what you're looking for, first run. PlayStation 3 on the outside. If it's flipped, it's either a second or a third run. We are going to find it real quick. And we'll show you what I'm talking about. But the case is in immaculate condition. Once again, this is a Lukey game. It's got the Lukey tab on the back of it. So Lukey really did a good job preserving this. The case is a little bit yellowed. So, and here is a kicker for you, a blast from the past. If you don't remember the End War stages, it actually came with a complete list of the electronic warfare and quick start guide of what you've got to have. So that's pretty cool because these little bad boys ended up missing a lot of times. You didn't get them. They also promoted for HawkX. I remember that they had the HawkX promotional on the inside with this. But this is one of the runs that has the booklet with it with the HawkX promotion on it. The End War game is in great shape. I mean, it's definitely been wonderful. It's got a little bit of a ring on the outside where it was played. You can see the ringing on the inside of the ring there where it was played. This game was played quite a bit, but it's in immaculate shape. The case is in great shape. The artwork's in great shape. Let's see what we got for it, guys. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so remember I told you that there's several different runs in this game. So as you see, the first edition will have the Tom Clancy on the inside, which is what we've got in the PlayStation 3. It's $4.64 complete in box. With no manual, $2.20, and you can get up to $2 for trade-in value. If you got the headset version of it, that's the one that was the big bonus, $19.25 to $25.50, depending on what's inside the case with you and what's inside that box with the headset. And this is the imported version of what I was talking about earlier that does not have the Tom Clancy over here. It's got it right there on the middle. $3.61 to $4.25 for the imported version there. So as you can see, all of the versions right here, you still made money on it. So, I mean, we're just having fun, guys, at this point. So our next game is one of the games that was trying to keep up with Little Big Planet karting and also trying to keep up with the karting phase at the time that was coming out. And it was a heck of a lot of fun. And it was online until here recently. I'm really sad to see that all the online features got cut for this game because it is a ton of fun. And this is one of the games that you could actually go back and play and have a lot of fun with at any given time. And that's Mod Nation Racers, baby. This is a Lukey game as well, I can tell by the tab that's on the back of it. So whoever's buying Lukey stuff, thank you guys so much for that. Appreciate you. But the case and the artwork is in immaculate condition on it. We did not get the exclusives on the inside, the extras, but the artwork on the backside is awesome for this game. Got the manual here. Let's see if we can get this game out of the case. Take a quick gander at it. It's actually in really good shape on the back of this. I have it upside down, I'm sorry. But it's in really good shape for what it is. So I'm very happy with this. Let's see what we've got in value for Mod Nation Racers here. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. All right, so as you see, $9.78 used complete in box, used with no manual, $5.18. They're not offering a trade-in value for it currently. So it's one of those games that has been traded quite a bit. But good Lord, I mean, you just got to take it as it comes when it comes to you. Our next game on the list is going to be Dynasty Warriors 7. Now, this is starting to get Dynasty Warriors from 4 all the way up are starting to get collectible. They're starting to hold their value. They're not very valuable just yet, but they're starting to get to the point to where people are wanting to go back and play them and have a lot of fun with them. I've seen a lot of influx. Look at that disc. That disc is beautiful, man. Seen a lot of influx on them online. A lot of people in Discord have been talking about it. And this has the actual original registration number on the back here. So this was a first run. It didn't come with a registration card. That's pretty cool to see that. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Discord talking about these games, how they're wanting to bring them back and how they're wanting to make sure that there's an influx of them coming in the future and trying to keep the games alive directly. And there is 2 versions of this game. There is a Extreme Legends version, which was the more popular of the 2 because it had a different character on the front of it. And then there's just the original version of this. So you definitely want to know which one you're getting into. Let's see what we've got here. All right, guys. So we talked about that Extreme Legend version, which is down here on the bottom, has a female character on the front. It goes between $8.97 and $14.95. It's completely out of stock. You can get up to $7.50 for that one. This one, used complete in box, is $9.95. With no manual, it's $5.19. If it's brand new, it's $19.95. You can get up to $3.75 for it. But these are starting to become more collectible because they're starting to get harder to get. A lot of people are starting to pick these up. So if you find any of the Dynasty Warriors series out there for PlayStation 3, make sure you pick it up because you can definitely get some good money out of it, good value, great play. For those of you that aren't familiar with Dynasty Warriors, you're going through and you're trying to take over China and Thailand and all the other cities that are, all the other states and statehoods that are close to China, Mongolia, all of it. And you're doing it with different warriors like Lubu and all that. It's just a blast to play, to go through. It's one of the actual series for the PlayStation 3 that or PlayStation 2 that really set the PlayStation 2 apart from other games and other fighter games. It was just revolutionary at the time, and they've continued it up. And right there, we got number 7 on it. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Our next game is going to be Monopoly Streets. As you see right here, we're just going to get right into it. $10.16 for used complete in box, $7.17 no box, $5.34 used no manual, no case, and you can get up to $6 for it. There's only one version of it that actually ever came out. I'll show you what I've got right here. I've got it right here, Monopoly Streets with the Go. This was a Lukey game as well, so thank you for whoever's buying from Lukey. I appreciate you guys. They actually have a great job preserving stuff, so I've got to give them a shout out for you as well. It's got the codes, got the case on the inside of it, got the game directly here. Game's sideways, and the game is in immaculate shape. I mean, that's just beautiful. It's just one of those things. So thank you for whoever did that. I appreciate you guys very much on that front. That's a great thing there. We've got Need for Speed the Shift. Now, this is one of the ones that's got alternate cases as well. This one has beautiful artwork on it. It's going to be a Lukey game as well with the tab on the back. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, that's just amazing that you're doing it. It's got all the great stuff there for the case, the manual. All the artwork is complete intact. It does not have the codes on the inside of it, unfortunately. It's just that's just starting to be where it's getting as you're getting older. So let's head over to the live scene and see what we've got. So there's two different ones. So this first one up here is the case that's more collectible that you're going to see. It's going to be the one on the very top right here. I don't have that. I've got the far white. So mine's right down here on the bottom. So if you got the one that's got all the coloring on it, use complete in box $11.66. Use no manual $9.71. Use no manual case $5.83. You can get up to $6.50 in value. Now mine is this one right here on the very bottom. So it's $9.95. Use complete in box, and you can get up to $3.75 for trade. So, you know, we still got some good stuff out of that, whether we wanted to or not. We're just having some fun with it. And man, I mean, we're having some great things. The next one on the list is going to be the Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. That's what I've got right here for you guys. And as you see right there on the screen, we'll go back to it here in just a second. But this is a Lukey game as well. It's complete in box with everything that's given to us. The game is in immaculate condition. This was never played. It was just like a quick purchase. You can tell by the way that it's given on the case. On the back side here, we've got a little bit of spotting from an old tab that went around the corner. We're going to be able to get that off, though, and get the value back out of this game. So if we head over to the live scene, as you saw earlier, it's going to be used complete in box, $9.95. You can get up to $4 for trade for it. We got it right there. We got another Prince of Persia on the list here, and it's the original one for PlayStation 3 with the Master tab there, right there, that little man that's doing up there, the big old Princey Pooh. But we're going to show it to you if it'll switch over. We've got the big Prince of Persia right here for you guys. This is another Lukey game. I can tell by that. Nice little tab. So whoever's bought me the Lukey stuff, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys very much for that. Beautiful on the disc. On the inside, we've got the artwork here. We've got the manual with the artwork straight up. That's just awesome. I mean, straight awesomeness, guys. So we're going to be looking at the value of it. Once again, once we get over to it, it's $8.46 used complete in box, used with no manual, $5.47. You can get up to $4 for trade-in with it. And then as you see, they've got all the Prince of Persia's that's listed here, the official game guide. And then you've got the imported version of this that had instead of having the 12 plus and the teen on it, it's got the 12 plus on it. $3.41 to $5.50 for value, just so you know. It is out there. Definitely look for it because you can get some value out of that game. And then the last game on the list tonight, the last one that we've got on this thing is going to be Just Cause 2. Now, this was a GameStop original originally and ended up in the hands of Lukey somehow. So that's pretty cool to see that the game has made its rounds there. Does have the manual, does have the game itself, does not have any of the codes that came with it, unfortunately. But look here, man, that's beautiful. That's considered complete in box. What is the price and value that we got? The case has a little scuffing on the outside. We'll be able to get that off. Hopefully we'll be able to get these tabs off as well and get that thing running. Let's run and see over here on the live scene how much we've got for it. All right, so Just Cause 2 used complete in box is $9.03. Use no manual, no case, use no manual, $7.06. Use no box and no manual, $6.55. You can get up to $4 in trade for it. And the guide is actually out there too. You can get up to $7.50 for the guide. So that's actually going to cover us for today. How did you guys think we did? Do you think that we made out like bandits on some of these games that were given to us? And do you think that we were actually going to take the time to actually play all these things? What's going on? Leave some comments below. Let us know. And don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe. And if you guys are out there in the world of gaming and you're looking to get into gaming, now is the perfect time to do so. You can definitely get great value out of anything that you find and have a great time in the world of gaming right now. And we would love to extend ourselves to you all and use everything at your resources. East Starland, DK Oldies, Lukey Games, wherever you guys shop for your games, use them as a price guide to know what you're looking for and how much stuff is worth whenever you're out there secondhand shopping and reselling and reshopping. And like I said, don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe. We'd love to have you come back and watch us anytime. Until next time, this is PlayStation 3 on a budget. And I think we did damn good today. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.